Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my first real progression video for the Kain. The one that I did last one was kind of like a ground zero type of episode, just laying the foundations of where I'm starting, why I'm starting to record it at this point, etc, etc. This is my first actual one, and this one is also a pretty big one because this is around the first 5, 10, 15 for this character. So the last event was a 30%, which I also have the footage for that. So if you want to see that, please leave the comments in the section below and I can create a separate video on that. You kind of already seen the results of it. It didn't seem super needed or super valuable to me, but yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm getting fodders to bring up my abso. Just because I'm a solo player, because of my schedule and stuff, I don't really have time to do party grouping or party bossing. So I'm really a solo prog player, which means it's going to be really hard for me to get arcanes. So what I've opted to do is to get a bunch of fodders, take them up to 21 stars, and then put them into my absos and get my absos up to 20 stars. The reason for this is because I believe 20 to 21 star absos are about equivalent to like 18-ish star arcanes, which are way harder and way more expensive to get. So this is what I'm going to do to kind of bridge that gap, because if I don't do this, I feel like I would be stuck around like that 15 to 20 mil CP forever, and it would be really hard to break into those bosses where I'm able to even get droplets or arcanes as a solo player. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. You can go to the Elysium to get the, what was it, the gloves, I believe, and the boots. No, the gloves from Elysium. You can go to CRA. You can talk to that Oko guy up there on the top right that you're seeing for the shoulders and the boots. And for the cloak, the only place I think that I'm aware of you can get is by killing Ranmaru, and he just really wasn't dropping it for me. The last thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to get the last thing I'm going to be trying to do, sorry, my English there broke for a second, is trying to get a 21 star reinforced Gollix earring, so that when I eventually get the superior Gollix earring, I can just immediately transfer it in and make it 20 stars. Is where I'm going to be actually going in and doing my Starforcing, but before I do that, I kind of want to show what my starting mesos are, what my starting gear is, and what my starting CP is. So as you can see there, I started with about 14.8 bill, which was roughly 2 weeks of farming or of saving. I get about like 7-ish bill per week, like from my bossing mules and from random farming and stuff like that. This week it was a little bit lower because I was having, you know, some personal issues and I just wasn't playing the game as much, as well as I did some random off event Starforcing and cubing to try and fix one of my other characters, so I lost about 1 to 2 bill that way. So it was just a little bit less than I was hoping for, and also that 14.8 bill that you're seeing isn't including all of my bossing mules for this week. So this isn't including my hero, my shadower, or my battle mage, which the hero is the biggest one, which I actually do by the end of the video. I just don't have footage of, you know, everything that I did offline there because I was doing it on my laptop and I don't have the programs and stuff like that. But yeah, so this whole event is actually about 16 bill after doing the hero, but I'm also missing another like 1.5 to 2 bill from my other characters. So This is where I kind of griefed myself. And if you start watching my mesos from this point, this was one of my bigger issues, but right here was a really lucky moment in my opinion. So I'm failing a lot here. And I'm saying, okay, I failed all of these. There's no way that I'm gonna fail this next one. So I say, okay, where can I get the most bang for my buck on this next click? And I went to my CRA, which is currently 20 stars, and just went for one click to see if I could get the 21, and it actually worked. So that was a big method for me in another game that I played called Ragnarok Online. Here, I believe people call it, fail stacking. And, it's just something that is really, I really believe in. So you'll see a couple times in here, I go on really long streaks, especially that streak. That was the 14 to 15 streak, which cost a lot of money. I think it's the most expensive click, if I'm not mistaken. So I blew like 800 mil or something like that just on that streak alone. Felt pretty bad at first, but then getting that one CRA click, that was a very, very valuable click. So I'm up right now, even though it doesn't necessarily look like it. Brief here is, if you've seen, I'm not actually pushing anything to 20 stars. What I was doing is getting one of each of these pieces. So one glove, one boot, one shoulder, one cape, and one earring. I was going to get each and every one of those up to 16. That was my goal. My only goal was to get it up to 16. Which, if you've been watching my gold, my meso is very, very expensive. Now here, as you can see, for whatever reason, I just felt like, okay, let me start going for my first 20 star. And I think it's because I didn't realize that I hadn't done the shoulder yet. But this is the part where I'm like, okay, we're going back and forth a lot. I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm already in here, so let's just go for the 20 star. And I get close a couple of times, but it isn't until right now when I hit that first 20. So that's my first item of this session so far. So I have 120 star from 0, and then that 121 star CRA from 20. So here's when I have all of my items now at Starforce 16, which, as you can see, already ate 5 bill, and there's not really been any big gains on most of those items. So I started with my Golix earring, and as you're about to see, I hit it. I hit the 20 star after just, I think, like 2-ish bill. From there, I move on to my gloves, because my current gloves, I think, are only 10 stars. So this is probably the biggest damage increase that I'm going to get. This and my cloak, I believe. So this is what I was starting with, just because I had the most spares of it. And this thing eats my mesos. It was actually insane. Now, luckily, that was my first boom of the video, so I'm about halfway through my mesos and I've only boomed one item, so I was feeling pretty good so far. But these gloves, as you can see, they just don't want to go to 20. They're not like going on super long streaks either, so I'm not feeling super good about like fail stacking into another item. So right now it's really just trying to commit to this and seeing what happens, and really trying to just pray that I can hit at least one more item before going through all of my mesos, because as you can see, I haven't done too much and I've already went through about 10 bill. So there, I went on a little bit of a streak, so I was like, okay, you know what, let me try 121. I went through my items just to see what would be the best gain, or like what I'm most likely to get. And I went with my boots, I did the click, and I got the click. Now here's my second boom of the item of the Starforce event, and for some reason my star catching thing popped up. So you can see I'm kind of like clicking everywhere. I was just like, wait, what just happened? Why did the star catching come up? I was just really confused and really thrown off, and I was trying to figure out like, okay, did my game just break? Like, is there a setting on? Did I not click something? And I was just really thrown off. So it took me a second to find the item to like retransfer it. And again, it went off of a fairly long streak. So I was like, okay, let me just try one more item to see if I can get it to 21. Went with the reinforced Golics just because I still had a lot of spares left. And thankfully, even though it took 5 clicks, it didn't break in those first 4. So I'm super up and super happy at this point. I got the 21 star reinforced. I got the 21 star boots. I have the actually I think that's it. Oh, and the 21 star CRA. So I'm already pretty happy, but I'm running really low on funds. So this was like my last ditch effort. I was like, okay, if I can just get the gloves, like I'm super up, gonna be super happy. Let's just end this with a bang. And I'm really close to being broke here. And there's a little bit of hope there where there was a little bit of a streak, and then I'm broke. So like I said at the beginning, there was this wasn't include that 14.8 bill, that isn't including all of my characters. So right here I'm just kind of assessing everything that we did, everything that I got, and I'm going here to fix some of those potentials and to transfer the items and whatnot, because obviously, you know, if I have the 21 star boots going into my already legendary 10 star boots or whatever, when I transfer them over, I'm going to lose the potential. So I'm just trying to proactively start fixing these. I'm going to potential the earrings just so that when I transfer them into the superior, and because it's already a damage increase, I'm just going to start using these like immediately as my damage gear. But eventually when I get the superior Golics, I can put them on and it'll already be potentialed and ready to go. So here I'm trying to see, you know, what's worth, everything that I have to take over, and see exactly what the gains and stuff are going to be. So just looking around, I remembered, oh, on top of the items that, you know, I was supposed to be transferring, I also got the Meister ring that I've been sitting on up to 17 stars, so that's a new addition to my damage equipment as well. And here I'm just making sure that there's nothing that I'm missing, and I feel like there is, but I don't think there is anything yet. So I start with the transferring to the boots. Obviously, as you saw, I'm going to lose the potential, but even without the potential, it's a damage increase because I'm gaining like, what is that, 10 stars, 11 stars from where I was. And yeah, here I'm still trying to figure out, because I feel like there was more stuff that I did, and I'm trying to figure out what it was that I had just Starforced and what I'm missing, because honestly I'm just still a little thrown off that the gloves took that much. I never saw 20 on them at all. I got all of the spares and they only boomed twice. I was just a little bit thrown off, so I stepped away for a second. I cleaned up my inventory, got rid of some of these spares that I don't need anymore, and now is when I'm coming back to fix all of the potentials, or at least start fixing them. So I grabbed some potential scrolls, some stamps, and I'm going to start making sure that everything is potentialed just for starters, as well as has all 3 lines for the potentials. Let's see. I was starting with the boots. I couldn't figure out which one was the one that didn't have a potential anymore. I knew there was one, I just didn't remember which one it was. So there we go. I got the potential as well as the 3 lines. Now I'm going to grab some of my free cubes to start the cubing process. Thankfully I had a semi-decent amount left from all of my weekly bosses. I tried not to touch them, knowing that, you know, we had this coming up, and I knew that if I hit either the glove or the boots that I was going to have to re-potential them, as well as I grabbed all of my spell traces from my storage, which I use as like an emergency funds for situations just like this, and I'm able to get about 150 mil off of it. So if I do need to grab like a small stack of blue cubes, I can do that, as well as I know I'm just not going to run out of gold, or run out of mesos. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it gold. No, I'm not going to run out of mesos as I'm doing this cubing session, because I think it's like 500k a click, something like that, like somewhere between like 350 and 5, and I was scared of legit running out of mesos just cubing. So all I'm really trying to do is get it to either a usable unique line or to legendary, so I can use some like blue cubes on it so that I can re-roll it for like actual lines. I thought what I'm looking for here is, I thought I had mystical cubes and some pink cubes like in the coupons in my storage, but I couldn't find them, so I just ended up going with the mystical cubes, and I'm going to just try and make this usable. So I'm not going for the upgrade, I just wanted that 1 line of dex. So that's a immediate really good upgrade for my damage. And then from here, this is something that I had previously potentialed a couple weeks ago when I made it, and I was just sitting on it until the Starforce event so that I could actually equip it. Here I'm looking to see if there's anything else, making sure that I have all the best gear on, and then we're gonna do another post Starforce, post fixing my potentials, just gear check and see where we're at now. And now that we've gone through all the gear, we've made, like I said, we got 2 items 20, we got the extra star on the CRA hat, and it looks like we've jumped up from 15.4 to 17.6, so about 2.2 mil increase in our CP, which isn't terrible, isn't super great either. It's about, what is that, 7 bill per mil CP increase. I don't know if that's good, but I know at least value wise I'm super up, because only 14 bill for, I think, like just a 20 star fodder item. I want to say it's somewhere around like 6 or 7 bill is where it lands, I think, something like that. And I got 2 of them plus the extra star on the CRA hat and the 21 on the earrings. So I'm pretty sure I'm super up. The last thing that I was doing here was just going to my items that I wasn't able to get upgrades on and take them up for that free 10 to 11. So this is officially it for this session. Now, as I was saying, I did do a little bit offline. I was on my laptop, I was traveling, so I wasn't recording, but I did my hero. I got an extra like 1-ish bill, I think. Actually, what am I doing here? Oh no, this was my last ditch effort. So that last like 100 and something bill, I was like, okay, let me just throw this into the glove and just see what happens. See if maybe I can get lucky. Maybe if I use the altar, you know, just superstitious hijinks. So now I'm going to show you where I'm actually at right now. So from what you guys just saw until now, I did my hero. I did some weeklies. I got an extra like, I want to say like 1.2 bill. So I'm really invested 16 bill into this Starforcing event, and it went really well. As you can see here, I'm about to show you, I did end up getting the 21 star fodder gloves, which I threw into my Abso gloves. Really sorry, I don't know why the video is like smaller and why the like resolution is so low. It wasn't like this when I was recording it, so I'm not sure what happened from here to then. But yeah, I'm just going through all of the gear. Really the only thing that changed is I fixed a couple of the potentials, like the boots and the gloves, and I think even the superior earrings. Maybe I got a couple more lines, like I refined it just a little bit. So I go back to the earrings here, and as you're about to see, this was technically when I was recording this after the event. I did Gollix, and I ended up getting super lucky and getting the superior earrings to drop after, you know, 50 days or whatever it was of not getting any. I got both the earrings and the belt within 3 days, so pretty crazy. I'm going to transfer them in right now. I'm going to transfer them in right now. There we go. Not sure why I'm hesitating so much. Maybe I was like checking my phone or something, but yep. So I officially have 20 star superior Gollix earrings. I'm going to put them on in my final CP, which we're about to see now. Oh, I was just showing you that you can't see it, but I have 346 Gollix coins, so roughly another week and a half I should be able to get my pendant, and that'll give me 4 set Gollix. I'm probably only going to push that to probably 16 and maybe unique, but we'll see. My ending combat power after the Starforce event is 19.9 mil. So all in all, for about 16 bill, I made, what is that, 4.5 mil increase in my CP. So I'm super happy. I feel super lucky within this and the 30% event. The luck has just been absolutely insane. I don't think it'll ever go this well again, but in about, I think the last event I had 19 bill, and this event I had 16 bill. So what is that? 35 bill. I went from 12 mil CP up to almost 20 bill CP. That is, or 20 mil CP, sorry. So I'm just gonna take the win, and you can't see it, but I did hit 260. So the next progression video, I'm gonna be going through 6 job. But yeah, that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys for clicking. I appreciate you guys for watching. And if you have any questions or things that you want to see, please leave them in the comments below. But for now, take care. Peace.